Men, fundamentally, are drawn to strength, not just physical but psychological. And one of the most magnetic forms of strength is the ability to maintain your own center, your own independence, especially in relationships. You see, there's a profound paradox at play. The more you fully give yourself away, the more you risk losing what makes you valuable. Detachment, then, isn't about coldness or disinterest. It's about preserving your own sovereignty, your own identity, before you commit to another. This isn't manipulation. It's a sign of deep self-respect, which in turn commands respect and attraction. So today I want to talk about why men are incredibly attracted to women who learn to detach, not in a reckless way, but with intention and grace, before fully opening their hearts. It's a lesson in balance, power, and authenticity. And it's essential if you want to cultivate relationships that are rooted in genuine connection, not neediness. Confidence is not something that simply appears overnight. It is cultivated through a deep understanding of your own value and a steady commitment to honoring it. True confidence is not arrogance or bravado, but an unshakable belief in who you are, what you stand for, and the boundaries you refuse to cross. When a woman embodies this kind of confidence, it radiates outward in a way that is absolutely magnetic to men. It's not about trying to impress or seek validation. Rather, it's about standing firm in your identity and your truth, regardless of external circumstances. Men are wired to recognize and respect strength. This strength isn't about dominance or control. It is about integrity and self-possession. When a woman carries herself with quiet assurance, when she doesn't bend or break under pressure to conform, she signals that she is not a prize to be won by any man's fleeting attention. Instead, she is someone who commands respect simply by being whole. This level of confidence is deeply attractive because it offers a sense of safety and stability. It tells a man that this woman is not dependent on him for her happiness or validation, which paradoxically invites him to invest more deeply. There is no desperation, no neediness, only the calm power of someone who knows their worth. Confidence also requires vulnerability, but not vulnerability that comes from weakness or insecurity. It comes from the courage to be seen exactly as you are, without masks or pretense. This is where true connection begins. A woman who is confident enough to show her imperfections, her struggles, and her dreams invites a man into a space of genuine intimacy. But crucially, she does this on her own terms. She decides when, how, and to whom she reveals her true self. This deliberate detachment from immediate approval or affection is what maintains her confidence. It's a recognition that her value is intrinsic and not contingent on another's acceptance. Moreover, this confidence creates boundaries, not walls, but clear lines that define what is acceptable and what is not. It is the knowledge that no is a complete sentence and that you do not owe endless explanations for protecting your space. This boundary setting is an act of self-love that prevents men from taking advantage or becoming complacent. Men respond to this with respect because it aligns with their own desire for a partner who is authentic and self-respecting. When a woman refuses to chase or cling, she fosters an environment where mutual appreciation and effort become the foundation of the relationship. This magnetic confidence also empowers the woman to pursue her passions and goals independently. It sends the message that she is not waiting for a man to complete her, but is actively creating a fulfilling life on her own. This independence is incredibly attractive because it challenges men to rise to the occasion, to match her energy and commitment. It transforms the dynamic from one of dependence into one of partnership, where each person supports the other's growth. Ultimately, confidence is magnetic because it is rooted in truth, the truth of your own existence, and your refusal to settle for less than you deserve. It is a form of strength that draws others not through manipulation or charm, but through authenticity and self-respect. When you carry yourself this way, you naturally attract men who value you not for what you can give them, but for who you are. And that is the foundation of any meaningful, lasting connection. Emotional independence is one of the most profound forms of power a woman can possess. It means that your happiness, your sense of peace, and your self-worth are not tethered to the approval, presence, or actions of another person. This is not about shutting people out or becoming cold. Rather, it's about cultivating a solid inner foundation that remains steady regardless of external circumstances. When a woman embodies this kind of emotional independence, she projects a quiet confidence that is deeply attractive to men because it signals maturity, resilience, and self-mastery. In relationships, emotional dependence often manifests as neediness, insecurity, or desperation, behaviors that can push people away or create imbalance. When you are emotionally dependent, your mood fluctuates with every word, gesture, or decision your partner makes. This creates a dynamic where your identity feels fragile and your happiness is at the mercy of someone else's choices. Men instinctively recognize this because it adds pressure and anxiety to the relationship. They do not want to feel like the sole source of your joy or validation. Instead, they are naturally drawn to women who bring strength and stability into the connection. Emotional independence means taking full responsibility for your own feelings and well-being. It's the understanding that while others can enhance your life, they do not define it. You don't look to a partner to complete you or to fill a void inside. You come as a whole person. This completeness is magnetic because it creates space for authentic interaction rather than codependency. It allows a man to see you as an equal, someone who chooses to share their life with him, not because they need to, but because they want to. This kind of independence also fosters clearer communication and healthier boundaries. When you are secure in your emotions, you can express your needs and feelings without fear of rejection or abandonment. You don't chase after reassurance or validation because you already hold that within yourself. This stability encourages mutual respect and invites a deeper level of trust and intimacy. Men feel safe and valued in the presence of emotional independence because it removes the pressure to constantly manage or fix your feelings. Moreover, emotional independence requires courage and self-awareness. It means confronting your fears, insecurities, and past wounds honestly and working through them, rather than projecting them onto your partner or relationship. This inner work strengthens your resilience and prevents you from becoming entangled in unhealthy patterns. The result is a woman who can engage in love freely and fully, without losing herself in the process. Finally, emotional independence creates an energy that is vibrant and uplifting. It allows you to pursue your passions, maintain your friendships, and live a life rich with meaning, even when you are not in a relationship. This fullness of life naturally attracts men who are interested in a partnership based on growth, respect, and shared joy. They are drawn not to someone who needs to be saved or fixed, but to someone who inspires them to be better and stronger alongside her. In essence, emotional independence is a form of empowerment that transforms how men see and value you. It sets you apart because it reflects a woman who is not lost in others but found in herself, a magnetic force rooted in strength, clarity, and grace. Setting boundaries is one of the most essential yet misunderstood aspects of cultivating respect and attraction. Boundaries are not barriers designed to keep people out. Rather, they are the clear lines that define who you are and how you expect to be treated. When a woman establishes her boundaries with grace and clarity, she sends a powerful message. She respects herself enough to protect her time, energy, and emotions. This self-respect invites others, especially men, to do the same. It creates a foundation of mutual understanding and respect without the need for conflict or control. Many women fear that setting boundaries will push men away or make them seem unapproachable. But the opposite is true. Men are deeply attracted to women who know their limits and communicate them calmly and confidently. When you say no without guilt or excessive explanation, you demonstrate a strong sense of self that men find compelling. It shows that you are not desperate for approval or validation, but rather you have a clear sense of your worth and what you will accept. This kind of firmness, wrapped in kindness, builds respect naturally because it reflects emotional maturity and integrity. Graceful boundaries also prevent resentment and burnout. When you allow others to overstep your limits, whether it's in emotional demands, time commitments, or physical space, you undermine your own well-being. Over time, this imbalance erodes your confidence and the very respect others have for you. A woman who protects her boundaries consistently maintains her strength and clarity. This steadiness makes her presence reassuring and attractive because she is not easily swayed or overwhelmed. It's important to understand that boundaries are not about controlling others, but about controlling what you accept and how you respond. You cannot change how a man behaves, but you can decide how much energy and attention you give to certain behaviors. Graceful boundary setting involves being honest with yourself about what you need and communicating that honestly to others. When done with calm assurance, it inspires respect and often encourages men to step up and meet you there. In fact, boundaries help build deeper intimacy rather than hinder it. When both people know and respect each other's limits, there is more room for vulnerability and trust. Men feel safe to express themselves without fear of judgment or rejection because the relationship operates on honesty and mutual care. Boundaries also foster independence within connection, allowing both partners to maintain their individuality while growing closer. This balance is incredibly attractive because it reflects a relationship built on respect, not dependence. Lastly, graceful boundaries reflect self-love. They show that you value yourself enough to say, "I deserve respect," and that you won't settle for less. This message is magnetic because it aligns with a man's desire for a partner who is whole, empowered, and unwavering in her sense of self. When a woman carries herself with this kind of dignity, she invites men to meet her on equal footing, a place where real connection and lasting attraction can flourish. Mystery is one of the most subtle yet powerful forces that ignite attraction between a man and a woman. It's not about playing games or being intentionally elusive. Rather, it's about honoring the natural rhythm of connection by allowing space for curiosity and discovery to unfold over time. When a woman embraces mystery, she creates an aura that invites a man to invest effort and attention, sparking desire on a deeper, more meaningful level. This sense of the unknown captivates because it challenges predictability and fuels the imagination. In our fast-paced world, where everything is often laid bare through social media and instant communication, maintaining an element of mystery is increasingly rare, and thus even more valuable. When you don't reveal every thought, feeling, or detail all at once, you preserve an intriguing part of yourself that naturally draws others in. Men, in particular, respond to this because it creates a dynamic where they feel compelled to learn more, to understand you better, and to earn the privilege of truly knowing you. It transforms the interaction from something transactional into an unfolding journey. Mystery is not about withholding affection or being cold. It's about pacing your openness with intention. It requires patience and self-awareness, a recognition that rushing to reveal everything can diminish the magic of connection. By holding back just enough, you encourage a man to show up with genuine interest and curiosity rather than taking your presence for granted. This balance of revealing and withholding cultivates respect and desire simultaneously. Moreover, mystery respects your autonomy. It signals that you are not entirely available at every moment, that your life is rich and full beyond the relationship. When a woman maintains her own interests, passions, and a vibrant social world, she naturally becomes less predictable and more alluring. This signals to a man that you are not dependent on him to fill your time or your heart, which in turn increases your value in his eyes. This dynamic also encourages men to bring their best selves forward. When something about you remains unexplored or unknown, it challenges them to engage more deeply, to be patient and thoughtful rather than assuming they already know everything. Mystery invites a kind of respectful pursuit, where the relationship evolves organically and meaningfully. This kind of engagement fosters deeper emotional intimacy and stronger bonds. Importantly, mystery is a form of self-protection. By not revealing everything too quickly, you safeguard your emotional well-being and avoid premature vulnerability that can leave you exposed or taken for granted. This thoughtful detachment is a sign of strength, showing that you value yourself enough to control the pace and depth of connection. Ultimately, mystery fuels desire because it taps into a fundamental human craving for exploration and understanding. It keeps the spark alive, the excitement fresh, and the connection vibrant. When you embody this quality, men are drawn not only to who you are, but to who you reveal yourself to be over time, a woman of depth, layers, and endless intrigue. Authenticity is the foundation of every meaningful connection. It's the courage to show up as your true self, without masks, without pretense, and without the need to conform to what others expect. When a woman embraces her authenticity, she becomes irresistible because she invites others into a space of honesty and realness that is rare and deeply refreshing. Men are naturally attracted to this genuine presence because it feels trustworthy, safe, and powerful. In a world full of facades and social performances, authenticity stands out like a beacon. It is the magnetic force that draws people in because it signals integrity and self-respect. When you live authentically, You are aligned with your values, your passions, and your truth. This alignment creates a vibrancy and confidence that can't be faked or copied. Men pick up on this energy instantly. It tells them you are grounded, secure, and unafraid to be seen as you are. Authenticity also means embracing your imperfections and vulnerabilities, not hiding them. It's the willingness to be open about your fears, your struggles, and your growth without shame. This kind of honesty fosters genuine intimacy because it allows men to connect with the real you rather than an idealized version. When you are authentic, you invite others to be authentic as well, creating a deeper, more meaningful bond that goes beyond superficial attraction. Trying to be someone you're not, whether to impress a man or fit into a certain mold, only leads to exhaustion and disconnection. It creates confusion and mistrust because it's unsustainable. Men can sense when someone is not being real, and this often leads to frustration or disinterest. In contrast, authenticity brings clarity and ease. It eliminates the exhausting dance of guessing and pretending and replaces it with straightforwardness and mutual respect. Moreover, authenticity empowers you to make choices that truly serve your well-being. When you are true to yourself, you set standards and boundaries that reflect your real needs and desires, not what you think others want from you. This kind of clarity is attractive because it shows you value yourself and are not willing to settle for less than you deserve. It invites men who respect and appreciate you to come forward, while naturally filtering out those who do not align with your true self. Authenticity also allows for growth. It's not about being perfect, but about being real in your journey of becoming. This honesty about who you are today, while being open to change, is deeply inspiring. It encourages men to join you in that journey, fostering partnership and mutual development. This dynamic creates relationships that are not just based on attraction, but on shared purpose and evolving connection. Ultimately, authenticity wins because it honors the truth that real attraction comes from being fully and unapologetically yourself. When you stand in your authenticity, you become a magnetic force of nature, drawing men not just to the image you project, but to the genuine, vibrant woman you are at your core.